Hello everybody. Well, doing a little something different today. I don't have my microphone, so I'm hoping this picks me up okay. I am going to not do the thrift stores today, but rather I'm going to be going and checking out some Bond brands for real. Like Oliver Brown, Tom Ford, and then and then I'm also going to check out Omega, the Omega Boutique today. I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I'm nervous. I'm nervous about this. I feel like I'm an intruder and here's what I'm going to be wearing to Omega. My Casio. Man, I wonder if they'll notice. Anyway, I'm gonna go inside. Gonna check out some Oliver Brown and Tom Ford, and then I want to check out Omega. So yeah, bear with me. We'll see how this goes. All right, so we're here at the Scottsdale Fashion Square Mall. Gonna be going to Neiman Marcus. This is where my Bond brands are going to be. This is where Tom Ford is supposed to be. Oliver Brown is supposed to be in here. So we're going to go in and check this out. There's a familiar name, the Brunello Cucinelli. And here's Burberry. Now this was one that I was interested in to see the difference with Burberry. See what that feels like. All right, so guess what? They don't carry Oliver Brown at this Neiman Marcus in Arizona. They stated they love the brand, but they don't carry it here in this location. So, all right. Did see some really nice brands though. So off to the Omega store. Oh, check this out right here. Look at this. Omega right there. Geneva, Scottsdale. And there it is. Here's the Omega Boutique right here. So I know for sure they'll be carrying Omegas here. So here it is. All right, the Omega Boutique. Let's see what watches they've got up front here. Very nice. The No Time to Die Seamaster. All right, so the 60th anniversary edition. Oh yeah, yeah. Yep, there it is. There's the gun barrel on the back. Very nice.
Did you see him moving?
Let's see. Oh yes, there he is. Yep. Yeah, you can. You can see him moving.
Yeah, walking to the center to turn to shoot.
Yeah. Very nice. All right, so I did go into the Omega store and actually was able to even try on a watch and spoke to a very nice gentleman in there. So Albert helped me out. He pulled out a couple of watches for me and let me try. I didn't want to waste his time. Wasn't a whole lot going on, but I didn't want to waste his time. But he pulled out the 60th anniversary Seamaster out and let me try it on. I got some footage. You'll see that of the movement in the back. He was pretty excited about it. I got a little bit of a story for you. All right. So you know the young actor that was made an ambassador to, oh look at that, got the Omega in the background again. You know the young actor that was made a recent ambassador of Omega. Albert had a little bit of information for me. Now, this is not, nothing's confirmed, of course, but he did mention that the No Time to Die watch, as well as the 60th anniversary watch, may be coming close to ending production because the new Bond is going to be getting named pretty soon. So once that comes out, then there's a new watch that will come out for the new Bond, be designed just for him. And he said with a bit of a wink, he said, "It seems rather premature of us to have made him an ambassador for the watch brand if they weren't going to make him the new Bond." All right, so leaving Neiman Marcus, heading out the way that I came in, and got to go down these escalators to leave. That sure was quite a trip to the Omega store. I got a few more things I'll tell you. Let's see. How about we just sit right here? Let's just sit right here for a second and see if I can. Let's do this. There we go. How's that? All right. So hopefully you could hear what I said. That was told to me when I went into the Omega store, and I asked a few questions as well out of curiosity. One of the questions I had was because I've noticed online, even in Goodwill, and for Goodwill auctioning, there are Omega watches that are up for auction. You can pick up a retro, older Omega watch for several $100s if you catch the bidding just right. Sometimes they're getting up more around 600. Anywhere from 350, 500, 600 sometimes. But I was curious, so I asked in the store, do they get retro watches brought in? Somebody either inherited it or they got off an auction where somebody brings it in and they want to have repairs done to make it operational again. And yes, they do. They actually get a number of those. Anything, he said, any watch, Omega watch from, I think he said like 1875 or something like that, or 1845. I mean, it was like way back. He's just like, any watch that, from that point on, they can send back to headquarters to have work done on it. One of the other things I was curious about too was, do you call it Omega or Omega? And I guess it just depends on where you're from. Over in the UK, if you're over in Britain, they will say Omega. Over here in the States, most of the time they call it Omega. So it just depends on where you're from. But you can call it either way, I guess. The other thing I was curious about was with those retro watches, if someone were to find one, inherit one, get one at auction, something like that, does Omega do like trade-in or anything? No, they do not. They do not do buyback. They don't do a trade-in on those types of items. So that was a bit of curiosity solved for me with a few of those questions. He was so nice. And I kept saying, no, don't bother with me, and he's like, no, let me open this up. You got to try one on. You're in here. Albert, thank you so much. If you ever watch this video, Albert, I told him about my channel and the Bond community and Omega and other videos of the Omega boutiques. And I really tried not to be a bother, but he was very nice and accommodating, and was telling me I was not being a bother at all. Told me to come back anytime I want. He would take out any watch, just if I wanted to just try one on. I told him someday, this is one of those, a someday dream for me to get one. But he was just basically come back anytime I want to check out the store. So, wow, what a great experience. I went in there so nervous, feeling like such an intruder. I'm not a high-end shopper. I'm not used to that kind of thing. So for him to welcome me in like that really put me at ease and made my whole video on this little trip that much better. Real quick, I wanted to shoot this before, because I don't want to forget. So Albert also had said, he told me kind of what his favorite Omega watch was at one time. I'm going to try to find a picture of it, and I'll try to pop it up here when I'm putting this together. But he had said that at one time they actually had a tribute watch to Bond and to Jamaica and GoldenEye, and it had like the colors of the Jamaican flag in there. And he had said that was one of his favorites. He said that he thought that that was one of the coolest looking watches that they had made. And so he really appreciated the Bond aspect of it as well. So that was really cool. That's really cool. I mean, to go into Omega and then have there be another Bond fan in there working, and really has that kind of pride that the association is there of Bond and Omega. That was fun. Again, just another part of this that made the whole experience really cool. Okay, all right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.